There's so much drama here recently with these celebrities who have popped out with these G or F or K list celebrities. So, but DJ Academics, who seems to be in the mix of a lot of people's drama, he jumped into the fray of Halle Bailey and DDG. He says that Halle Bailey is putting DDG in danger with her restraining order that she put against him. As part of the temporary restraining order Halle Bailey was granted against DDG this month, he's prohibited from possessing pew-pews. Last week, Halle Bailey was granted a restraining order against her ex, DDG. She alleges that in January of this year, things turned violent when the rapper turned streamer came to pick up their son Halo. She accuses DDG of slamming her head against his steering wheel after she brought up the idea of a visitation schedule. Bailey allegedly walked away with bruises and a chipped tooth as a result. As part of the temporary DV restraining order, DDG is prohibited from possessing pew-pews, ammunition, and parts. This is something that DJ Academics takes issue with. Who cares, dude? He's been backing DDG ever since Bailey was granted the restraining order because men really do have a bro code. AK claims to be concerned with the 27-year-old's safety, even accusing Halle Bailey of putting him and their son at risk. Rock Nation assassination attempt? What? Academics' latest support for DDG comes after he accused Bailey of lying about the abuse. If they can't win the public narrative, they make the accusations, he claimed during a stream last week. I keep telling you, all these women, something happened, they run to the bathroom to take pictures, and they keep it in the tuck. I don't know what keep it in the tuck means, but the thing is, no matter when a woman comes out or just goes to the police, no matter what, she's in the wrong when it comes to dealing with these people. And is it any wonder that women are deciding to opt out instead of dealing with these people in any way, shape, or form? Because like we keep seeing more and more things come out, like this situation with child star Skai Jackson and having to take out a restraining order against her baby's dad as well. Just 4 months after welcoming her first child, Skai Jackson has been granted a temporary restraining order against her son's father following an alleged Mother's Day altercation. The former child star and Disney Channel alum who starred in the series Jessie and Bunked filed the request against DeAndre Bergen on May 19th in LA County Superior Court, according to court documents obtained by USA Today on May 20th. The granted order requires Bergen, 21, to stay at least 100 yards away from Jackson and their son, 3-month-old Kasai, as well as Jackson's home. The legal request comes after Bergen allegedly attacked Jackson on Mother's Day, May 11th, per the actress's filing. Jackson, 23, claims Bergen slammed her head on the backseat window of her car and hit her in the face while she was holding their son. The altercation punctuates an alleged history of physical abuse dating back to April 2024. I don't feel safe with my son being around him due to his violent history, Jackson said in the filing. USA Today has reached out to Jackson representatives for comment. This is her baby daddy, DeAndre Bergen, and this dude looks like a Dusty. I really want these young ladies. She and Halle Bailey were very young when they hooked up with these dusty, crusty, whatever. And I really want women, these 20-something-year-old women, to pull back and like really kind of chill on having babies for a few years, because the thought process of getting with somebody like this or getting with a rapper turned streamer, just not the best idea. I mean, we're seeing what could happen, so just kind of leave these types alone. And since we're talking about rappers, this is a rapper that is in the news, Rod Wave. This story is kind of crazy. So allegedly he was pew-pewing into a car where his girlfriend was, but his attorney is saying that he is a burglary victim. In some kind of way, that's the reason why he started popping off with a pew-pew. Rapper Rod Wave, whose legal name is Rodarius Marcel Green, was charged in connection to an alleged April incident that his lawyers say started with a break-in at his Georgia home. Green, who's 26, faces 14 criminal charges, including aggravated assault and a firearms violation following the alleged events that unfolded at his residence on April 21st. Through his lawyer, he denies any wrongdoing. Police responded to Green's home after receiving reports of a domestic dispute around 9:30 p.m. Witnesses said they heard yelling and screaming from outside the residence, Milton Police Department said. On arrival, officers say they found Manariah Andrews, 22, a former contestant on the rap game and known on social media as Mini Barbie, crying outside the residence. According to police, Andrews reported returning home at 9 p.m. to find the house where she and Green live burglarized. Officers confirmed the break-in, saying they discovered an empty safe that had been dragged across the basement floor. They say their investigation revealed multiple bullet casings on the driveway stairs, bullet holes in 2 luxury vehicles, a gold Mercedes G-Wagon and a black Rolls Royce, and a broken window near the pool where a hammer was found in nearby bushes. A hand pew-pew was also recovered from the scene. Police say Andrews informed officers that Green, who was away at the time, would return the following day. No injuries were reported in the incident. Green, whose 3 albums, Soulfly, Beautiful Mind, and Nostalgia, have all topped Billboard 200 charts, turned himself in to the Fulton County Sheriff's Office on Tuesday. He was released on bond the same day. His attorney, Drew Findling, strongly maintains Green's innocence. There's no truth to these charges. Rod Green was a victim of a burglary and committed no crimes. How is he even charged as a result of this situation is incomprehensible. This will absolutely be resolved favorably for Mr. Green. The charges against Green include criminal damage to property, pointing a pew-pew at another person, reckless conduct, tampering with evidence, aggravated assault, and more. The investigation into the incident is ongoing. So I'm sitting up here reading this, and this literally makes no sense. If he wasn't there, how is he charged? Or did he flee the scene when he knew that the police were on the way? This situation literally makes no sense. So I went and grabbed another article. Okay, so this article repeats some of the same things. He's facing more than a dozen charges after shots were fired at his home. The rapper was booked and released the next day on a $50,000 bond. Okay, so it says that the police were called to his home in Lost River Bend for a reported domestic disturbance on April 21st. Officers learned the incident stemmed from a previous burglary that was never reported. They say shots were fired at the home on Tuesday. So here's a picture of his girlfriend, Mini Barbie. I really wonder what happened with this. If she was outside crying when the police got there, he wasn't home, but supposedly the burglary happened the day before. I'm wondering if he left. I have no idea. But something else that I read on the internet was that he was firing at her. So it definitely sounds like something domestic is popping off, and I really hope that this gets unraveled and we learn what really happened with this situation. All right, y'all. It sounds like a whole lot of dustiness going out there with these rappers and these relationships. Very volatile, a whole lot of growing up to do. Let me know what you think about all of this. Join the conversation. If you know anything or have heard anything that would shed some light on any of these situations, please go ahead and weigh in. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.